Good evening, my name is Garrett and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from Ardbeg. This is heavy Vapours coming in at a 46% ABV, no age statement. So this is another one of Ardbeg's yearly releases for the committee. And this one tells a story of the distiller's purifier going out. Essentially, from my rough readings about a purifier, essentially it removes the vapors that are in the pot still. It removes things that are deemed to be not something you want in your whiskey. And so it pulls all that out of there. Well, the purifier supposedly broke. So all those vapors that they normally remove went back into the pot still to kind of marry and kind of percolate in there as well. So they decided to see what happens. You be the judge if that's the true story or not. And again, I'm no expert on the parts of a distillery, but that was kind of a rudimentary way from what I could understand of it. And you know what? I know people criticize, and I'm one of those people that criticize Ardbeg for they just keep releasing special editions. I do wish there was some change in the core lineup, maybe adding another age statement version that's going to be around, but that stuff right now in the whiskey world just doesn't happen. So, you know what? I'm kind of back in my same realm of saying, let them experiment and have fun. But I actually reviewed this and I recorded a whole video about it. And I wondered if my palate was just off that day. So I wanted to come back to it a few weeks later because I couldn't even tell you what I was drinking. So I'm wondering if I just had an off day. Nonetheless, let's get into the review itself. As always, we're going to be trying it two different ways. First way, neat, no ice, no water. Second way, want just a drop of water. See if anything changes up. And as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of good stuff. If you are an Ardbeg fan, as you can tell, I have quite a few of them, so links to some other reviews will be up above and down below, so you can enjoy after this video. But I always try to grab their special releases when I can find them at the right price, and luckily, I've been able to grab them all at really reasonable rates. Look at that color, though. That is I think that's more pale than any of the other offerings they've done to this point. That is almost water pale. Like it's like just a little bit tinge of a vodka. Like it is very, very pale. Very pale Isla. Nonetheless, let's go for notes. Okay, yes, it did change quite a bit actually. Because I was not getting much at all on the nose originally. But it is medicinal on the nose, like star anise. There is a peaty earthiness there, but it's more like medicinal, like it's been smoked with botanicals. For me, there's kind of that sweet but yet earthy. I'm not going to use the word sour because that has such an off-putting side to it. But there is a charriness in there, and I don't know how to wrap my head around the note that I'm picking up. And again, my nose and my brain is going back to medicinal, almost like an absinthe of sorts, and not a full 1-to-1 if you've had absinthe, not like that. But there is a earthy herbalness going on here. And of course, there is smoky, but I don't think it's overly smoky. More charry, more like campfire charry. So some people might get this note. I finally figured it out. We have a fireplace. It reminds me of the creosote logs that we use to clean out the fireplace. We kind of burn those periodically throughout the year to keep our fireplace clean when we use it. And it's got a slightly different smell to it. And that's what it has. Kind of tarry. Oh yeah, that is different. It's now kind of opening up a little bit, giving me a little vibe of almost chocolate. Yeah, just a little bit. No ABV, nothing harsh, no off notes on that. But let's go for a taste. Oh yeah. That changed dramatically on the taste. Ashy, salty, earthy, and that medicinal is coming through. Herbal. Coats the palate decently, but not as much cling as I was hoping to find. That creosote is definitely on the taste as well. That is very different. It's not as medicinal herbal as like fermentation was, but there is some interesting grassy funk going on in this one. A little bit of chocolate is showing up on the taste as well. It's very young. Not young enough that you get grain notes, but it's young and you just don't get a lot of cling to it. Yes, it's 46%. I feel like this one maybe should have been bumped up a few more proof points. They increased that cling. But I gotta say, I'm happy I revisited this. It's sweet, salty, and charry. I love that. It's one of the reasons why you love Ardbeg. But the herbal is kind of bringing out almost eucalyptus and a bit of spice in there as well. Like for me, it's bringing out, definitely, I get a little bit of star anise in there. Not quite black licorice, but star anise itself. It's just really a solid sip. Maybe a little peppermint in there too, almost like a peppermint freshness or spearmint freshness. It's spearmint, I'll take it back. Not peppermint, two different things. Spearmint freshness to it. I like that. Okay. Happy I came back. All right, let's add a little drop of water, see what changes up here. Under most circumstances, when we add water to a smoky Scotch, it can make things dissipate a bit. Sometimes it can make things go sweeter. Didn't get a drop in there. There we go. You just never know until you try it. And if you're new to smoky Scotches, it's a good way to get yourself acclimated sometimes. Sometimes it can add more of the charriness to it as well, so you do have to keep an eye out for that. Nonetheless, let's go for notes on the water version. Oh yeah. Yeah, it goes very soft. I wonder if I had a little bit of water in my glass or something, because this is reminding me of how it first came out. It's soft, bit of salty, bit of earthy, a little bit of smoke in there. The herbal medicinal that I'm getting on the neat version is kind of peeking through, but not 100%. All your complexity has kind of gone away. Maybe a little bit more grain sweet. That is a little bit coming out there. Oh, but that's got all that deep Isla notes going on to it now. The salty, the sea spray, and the deep peat notes are showing up now in the neat version. It's definitely more complex than what I remember, but it is definitely two different beasts compared to the neat version. Nonetheless, let's go for a taste. Actually, the herbalness is still on the taste. You get that eucalyptus and the earthy, a little bit of salty, a little sweet in there now too. A little bit of fruit sweetness like lemon. And you still get a little bit of the smoky charriness going on, but not quite as much as the neat version. That's not bad either. That is definitely a good sip. Huh. Man, I must have had an off day. I love the herbalness in this bottle. That is a game changer. I want to see them play around more with that kind of concept. I like that a lot. Oh, that's night and day different. Wow. The herbal eucalyptus, pepperiness, and again, that almost the spearmint notes going on here. Beautifully done. Here, just very simple, very subdued comparatively, which again, no plight against it. It's a drop of water that tends to happen in whiskey. But that's not bad. As always, it doesn't matter what you drink or how you drink it, as long as you enjoy it. All right, let's talk about market price, because we all know a market price is market price, and boy, oh boy, is it going to vary. I was lucky enough to pick this up from Total Wine here in Indiana for about $130. And that's about what they're going for with their special releases every year right now. It used to be, $109 to $110, but now they've bumped them up to $120s to $130s. And nowadays it's $130, kind of going that way forward right now. Secondary market is stupid. I don't even want to talk about it because it's over $150, $250, almost $300 in some areas for this bottle. First of all, it's not worth that. I don't even think it's worth the $130. If this was $100, I don't think I would be criticizing it as much. It's good. When you have things like Ugadal and Corey Vecken in your core lineup, even Anoa, those are all beautifully done bottles. And while they may not have the same characteristics as this one, I don't think it's worth the 130. I would feel comfortable if I was going to buy it again at like 110 tops, but I know that's never going to happen in this market. So, you know, at 130, could you do worse? Yeah, you could. But out of their special releases they've done, this one's kind of lacking. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Ardbeg Heavy Vapours. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I even